But the reality that I had to identify was the individuality and the specificity of God's call upon my life. That there are things that God has called me to that will not permit me to just do anything, be anywhere, and do anything. I was speaking and acknowledging my mother and talking about how my mother was very strict. She didn't let me do certain things. Matter of fact, there was a dynamic here where there were things that she allowed my brother and sister to do that she didn't allow me to do. The same woman that said he was born with a veil, the same woman that said, I believe he's called to be a preacher. I heard my mama say my son has a calling on his life. And so when she would say no to something, when she would say, no, you're not going here, I remember asking her if I could go stay the night at my biological father's house. When he had said yes, he invited me there. And when I asked her, she said no. What was she protecting me from? What was she keeping me from being exposed to that might have contaminated, that might have distorted the call? It's yours. You think about what God has placed upon you. I can't speak to yours, but I know the intentionality and the specificity of what God has placed upon me. Do you want to stand before God, who has called you, who has placed a specific calling, a specific anointing on your life? You're going to give an account to God that this is what I did with it. God, he says to Moses, I'll be gracious upon whom I so choose. I'll show mercy upon whom I so choose. So when we look at least from our experiences, it is true that there are certain individuals, for whatever that purpose, for whatever that reason, as God so chose, who have operated in a higher level of gifting. This is a level of favor and grace that's not given to everyone. What I am speaking to is an individual specific place that or adherence that God has placed upon each one of us. That yours may be different than mine, outside of the general requirement. Sit on the edge of your seat for a moment as a student of the Word and just kind of begin to evaluate and hear what is God specifically saying about your call, about what he put on you. If anyone cleanses himself from what is unfit, he will be a vessel of honor, sanctified, useful to the master, and prepared for every good work.